All right, we are back with another Prize Picks video. Going to be talking to NBA in this one again. Got a whole bunch of picks on the board just because there's 14 games. There was no games yesterday for Election Day, which means we have a ton of basketball tonight. So lots of value on the board. If you're looking for more picks, I did drop a video yesterday. A lot of those picks are still the same, so go check that video out. I actually gave out 16 picks I like on that one. So if you haven't seen that one, definitely go check it out. Going to bring you guys even 6 more plays today. Obviously, the board has probably changed a bit, and we're going to tackle the value what we got this morning. But if you're new to this channel, definitely go ahead and subscribe. We gained like 150 subs yesterday from that video, so definitely got a lot of love. So join the community. We rip out videos every single day on NBA. We got Thursday Night Football tomorrow. There'll be a video on that today as well. So be ready for that one. And like the video so more people can see it. I always say down in the comments below, let me know if you like these picks, if you're going to tail these picks, or if you're going to mix and match, which I always say you should try to do. Let me know what you're riding with. So yeah, let's jump into the video. No video picks from last time just because there was no games yesterday. But yeah, let's go right into it. First quarter is going to be where we're starting. Going to go in chronological order like I always do. Halliburton. We're going with Halliburton. And crazy enough, we're going to his first quarter assists at 3.5. We're going over. We're going to have a little fun with these picks just because I gave so many yesterday, and we're going to have a lot to choose from. I love all of these picks, but some of them sound crazy. Let's jump into Halliburton's assist line here. Again, first quarter, it's 3.1 or 3.5. The odds are saying 119 on the over, 115 on the under, so pretty even odds here. Crazy enough, Halliburton's hit this line in 9 of 10 games. And back here, he was getting 7 assists. He got 7 assists in the first quarter in 3 straight games. Obviously, this is last year. But this year, if we want to break it down, he's gotten 4, 4, 6. Did have a game with 2, and then 4 and 4. But going up against a really good matchup here in Utah. Actually dove a little bit into first quarter stats here and saw that Utah's given up 30 points, almost 31 points in the first quarter, which is ranked like what, 8th here or something. So they're not like they're giving up no points in the first quarter, so should have a lot of opportunity here for Halliburton to get some assists. He's been doing it on an absolute insane stretch here of 9 to 10 games, and I think he continues that. He's shown that he's probably one of the best passers, if not the best passer in the league right now. So he gets the minutes as well, sometimes getting even 12 minutes all the way. So if he gets the 12, I think it's absolute shoo-in. But if he gets his normal, 8 or 9 minutes, we could be seeing 4 or 5, which is all we need. So loving Halliburton at this first quarter assist line, something we've been dabbling a little bit with, and we got a few other plays with that as well. So next up, though, we're going to talk about Jordan Poole. Actually, not in first quarter, though. We're going back to straight here. Poole, I really like this spot with the value position for his 21.0 points. At the beginning of the year, we were seeing like 24.5, 25-point lines for Jordan Poole. Obviously, he just hasn't been shooting the ball all too well, but he's had some pretty tough matchups if we want to look at it. He's gone up against Philly, one of the best teams in the NBA right now. He's gone up against Miami, known for their defense. Like they've been struggling, but they're known for their defense. Atlanta, very solid team this year. I think they're like one of the tops in the power rankings. I know they're one of the tops in the power rankings. Boston, another great team. And then Memphis when he had 27 points. So going up against a much easier matchup than he's seen so far this year. And I think we're getting a lot of value on this Jordan Poole line. Let's open up his page real quick and just go to his, we'll just open up anything, just gets to his points. So yeah, 20.5 here is a minus 122. We see the DVIG odds actually, so expected value here is at minus 161 to go over this line. Of course, we have it at 21, but still really, really liking that. He's gone over in 2 of the whatever games he's played, 2 of 6 games. But again, we talked about the tough matchups he's had so far this year. And if we jump back to this, not this one, let's go to points per game and go to the most. Charlotte's given up the 4th most in terms of points per game at 121.7 points per game. So should be a ton of opportunity for Jordan Poole to score here. If we actually look at Poole versus Charlotte, again, this is counting games playing behind Steph Curry, playing behind Klay Thompson. I don't know if they were playing these games, but just assuming they were, averaging 23 points a game in the last 4 matchups. So I'm really liking this spot for Poole. Maybe like a bounce back spot for him. Maybe just get his shot attempt or his field goal percentage up a little bit. But yeah, hopefully Poole takes advantage of a solid matchup in Charlotte and goes off for us tonight. But he could easily score 30. We've seen him score 40 easily. So Poole over 21.0 points. Next up, going to go to two Celtics here. Porzingis, again, tough matchup against Philadelphia, but loving Porzingis at the 16.5 line. Again, I think we're getting a discount here, maybe with Derek White coming back in the lineup or something, or maybe against Philadelphia. But Porzingis is an absolute scorer, and he's playing center now, so he's going to be dragging Embiid out of the paint and hopefully, catch him sleeping on a few threes and knock those down. But let's just open up his points here. Another positive EV play, actually. And I wasn't like hunting for these. These were just kind of like popping up on the picks that I ended up liking. Minus 120 on the normal odds here. Take the advantage out from the sports books, and we're getting minus 143 odds. So just absolutely awesome. 8 of the last 10 games he's gone over this. Obviously, some of these games with Washington. In terms of his games with Boston, though, we know he's been hooping on in the Beantown. 30 points in his debut. 17. The games he's gone under has gone to 15 and 13. And then 22 and 20 in the last two matchups. So I really like this matchup for Porzingis here. He's scored. I actually pulled up another StatMuse thing for Porzingis. I might have closed it, but Porzingis has scored like 30 points against Embiid in one of their last three matchups. I think one of them he struggled, but it was a game that they got blown out. But he's usually getting like 25, 24 points in those games. And again, that was him playing power forward typically down in Washington. So pulling center out, I think he gets a few threes to drop early, and I think Porzingis has a great night tonight. Next up, I'm going to Derek White, and again, we're having fun with these picks, and he just had a baby. And if we don't remember, Fred VanVleet had a baby a long time ago in the playoffs and turned into the best player in the entire league. Derek White had a baby just last year and turned into the best player in the league for about a week. So I'm going with the baby effect on this one. He doesn't have a fantasy score line. I want to stress that. If he has a fantasy score lineup when you watch this video, that's what I'd be going with. But I'm just going to go to his blocks and steals here. I think his matchup against Maxey, I can like literally picture him swatting one of Maxey's layups. Obviously, Maxey is completely shifty and able to get rid of those blocks. But Derek White's kind of a different animal. Maybe he'll play with a little bit more oomph with that kid that was just born. And let's just look at his lines here and just see that besides all that superstition here, but it's still looking like a good bet regardless. So let's just open up his page. Over 1.5 blocks and steals. It is a minus 123, so another really good odds bet for us here. Gone over this in 3 of 4 games very easily in the 3 games that he came over. But against Indiana, I looked at the whole Celtics box score for this game. Obviously, not a whole bunch of minutes because they absolutely blew them out. But they didn't really have a lot of stocks in general. That's steals and blocks together, stocks, if you haven't heard that before. But not a whole lot of steals or blocks for the entire Celtics team in that one, in a game that they absolutely just ran away. So I'm liking Porzingis or Derek White in this spot. If we look at the last 10, he's gone over this in 8 of 10 games. So just another really good historic bet here. And I think he just keeps the momentum up, plays with a little more, aggression here after coming off the birth of his child. And yeah, loving this Derek White play. But again, if that fantasy line comes up, I might be going with that instead. Next up, we're going back to the first quarter here. NBA. Let's go to Jimmy Buckets. Now, my brother, every single time this Pete have played, we play fantasy basketball together. He mentions, oh, Jimmy's about to go off. Jimmy's about to go off. First quarter, he's got whatever, blah, 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 blah. Ton of fantasy points. And then he ends up having a horrible game. And that's kind of been Miami's season, their whole season. They've been struggling the entire season. Jimmy Butler's been struggling. But in the first quarter, he has not been. He's hit this 5.5 point line every single game despite the struggles. And, he's got to play really well for them to start winning games and, make the playoffs eventually. So let's go to Jimmy Butler, open up his page here. 5.5 points, another really good in terms of odds bet, minus 122 on the odds. So love to see that right off the bat. 8 of 10 games, he's gone over this pretty handily, getting almost averaging 9 in the first quarter. And then 2023 as a whole, gone over this in every single game, like I mentioned, even with the struggles he's been having. So on top of that, going up against Memphis, we looked at this a little bit ago. The Jazz are right here. Look who's right underneath them, the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies aren't giving up no points per game to players, or in the first quarter. So definitely points to be had. What are they ranked 9th or something? with about over 30 points a game in the first quarter. So really, really liking that. Make sure, opponents. But really, really liking Butler in the spot. I think this continues. I don't see why it wouldn't. And loving Jimmy in that first quarter spot. Next up, and last but not least, our only under on the day, someone we went to yesterday or the other day, Sabonis. Going under here on his 7.5 assists, and I will tell you why. Going up against the I did want to say something about Max. Let's just jump real quick. Going up against the Warriors, the only time he's gone over this line with, first of all, the entire season, was against the Warriors. Now, you might say, oh, okay, so he has the potential to do that. He totally does have the potential to do that. But I wanted to point to the fact that his matchup with the Warriors, they're giving up almost 7 assists to centers per game, which is the most by far. Today they're going up against the Blazers, who don't seem like a great matchup, kind of an easier matchup for a center down there, which they have been, giving up a ton of fantasy points. But, in terms of assists, 4.79 is pretty even. And the last 2 games they've played were against Houston, which is about 4.66, and he got under this pretty handily. So more of a comparable matchup these two are. And the other bigger thing here is there's no Fox, and I think that doesn't hurt him or doesn't help him. I don't think it doesn't hurt him, but in terms of the game so far this year, gone under in 2 of the 3 games. If we extend this to last year, he's gone over in 3 of 8 games. Let's change this to under. Gone under in 5 of 8 games. Another positive EV play here at minus 134. So I'm really liking this spot for him. Gonna fade him again, just like I did the other video when he got practically nothing going against Houston. And again, they struggle without Fox. So 7.5 assists. If Sabonis has a good game, I think it's going to be his scoring that does it. Portland's been giving up a lot of points to just anyone. So 7.5 assists. We're going under. But yeah, that's going to do it for the 6 picks for today. Let's go over them real quick. Tyrese Maxey, over 3.5 first quarter assists. He's been doing this in 9 of 10 games. I don't see anything different with the Utah Jazz, giving up 30-plus points in the first quarters. Jordan Poole, maybe a quotation mark bounce back spot for him. But I think he takes advantage of this matchup in Charlotte. He's been playing tough teams, and I think we're getting a discount there. Porzingis, over 16.5 points. He's done this in a ton of the last 10 games, last 20 games. He's a scorer. I think he's going to pull Embiid out of the paint here. Could see a decent amount of assists as well, but I think he knocks a few threes down with Embiid sleeping out there. Derek White, 1.5 blocks and steals. Talked about his fantasy score line also being solid here. So look for that if it does pop up. But just had the birth of his child. Think that's going to give him a boost like it has in the past for the NBA. Jimmy Butler struggled all year, but his first quarter points haven't hit it in 6 straight games. So hoping he comes out hot against Memphis, who's also giving up more than 30 points in the first quarter. And then Sabonis, fading his assists once again here. Without Fox, I think he has to do a little bit more of the scoring. And, this assist line he hasn't hit. He's only hit once in the entire year, and that was against the Warriors, who are giving up a ton of assists to centers. So that will do it for the video picks for this one. But again, if you haven't watched my earlier video, what I dropped yesterday, I gave a ton of NBA picks, 16 picks for you guys. And that is kind of to hype up the Discord. I do finally have the server up. As you can see, if you can see this little icon, maybe you can't. But I do finally have the Discord up. I'm just figuring out roles and kind of figuring out how to work Discord. It is new to me, so watching YouTube videos on that and hopefully get that up going in the next few days. So again, let me know in the comments if you're interested in maybe joining that. I'm super excited to get that going. But that will do it for this one, guys. I will drop a Thursday Night Football video very soon after this, and hopefully make a ton of money tonight, guys. Lots of NBA, some football tonight as well. That's going to do it. Peace out.